Down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down, yeah. No friends of mine around, yeah. Now I'm thinking why the cut the June blues, yeah. I wanna drown myself in.
Good morning everyone, and welcome to a new week, a new Monday actually. Really early in the morning, it's only 8 o'clock and we're now walking to the station because I'm going to show you what a regular day, or like a little bit of an unregular day in a student at a Japanese language school looks like. I usually wake up pretty early, around 7 or 7:30, somewhere in between, and have to hurry to the station as always. But today I woke up extra early to be able to film, and yeah, we're going to take the train first, gather at the school, and we're going to visit a Konpeito factory today in a city called Yao. So let's go. And please, before we jump to the next part, leave a like, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment later down if you thought something was interesting, and also please kindly consider subscribing. It will really help my channel out a lot.
On some soulful sunny shit to brighten up a wounded soul. Honest, you the penny, pick it up like Chevy, new age Machiavelli, disagree, don't tell me, now you in Infinity, we 98, trust that he be good. On the ball like BB, don't make no mistakes, got the faith, the 18 just not gonna be the same, finna bleed down generations, not gonna be in vain.
So now we've reached the station closest to my school. I'm walking to my school now. I actually really hate taking the train so early in the morning because it's literally rush hour, and since even though it's not as bad as in Tokyo where you have to like be packed on the trains and like have no option to move or anything, it's still very annoying to have to be on such a crowded train. But we're almost there now, so let's meet my friends. In my school now. I can't really film here since there's classes taking place, but we're just going to gather in my classroom and then depart back to the station where it just was. The company we're going today to, or the factory, is this one, for Konpeito.
No, not Konpeito.
Are you excited to try Konpeito?
Konpeito.
Konpeito. We're going to learn about Konpeito with everyone. It's so good. I was actually mistaken, and it's here. Konpeito. Really cute. Let's enter. So since our guide was speaking or like explaining everything in Japanese, I thought it would be easiest for you if I just translated right here. At this moment he is preparing the coloring for our Konpeito candy. We chose blue and orange flavor. So the first thing we're going to do is put that blue color in, and then add the Konpeito, which is made from sugar, into the big spinning pan. This Konpeito is about 10 days old, so it was made over 10 days, so it became a size. And first he's going to let us try the standard unflavored, uncolored Konpeito, so we can compare it to what we made afterwards. We just all got like one to taste, and it's just really sweet. It doesn't really taste like anything since there's no flavoring yet. Each and every one of us got to try adding the coloring and mixing it into the Konpeito. But before we could do that, our guide had to show us how to do it. So you first drip the coloring from the top to the bottom, and then slowly mix it in a motion going from the top to the bottom, again and again. And as you can see, it's a very light coloring, but gradually the color will get more intense. So it was finally my turn, and I was really excited to do this. As you can see by now, the Konpeito has gotten already a lot more blue. and it also stuck to the pan very hard. It's because the pan is heated, so the sugar will of course become a little bit molten and stick to the pan. But yeah, I just mixed it and then my turn was over. And later on we also got to add the flavoring to the pan. So my friend at my side is adding the flavoring while I'm mixing it here. And in the end we got to taste our freshly made Konpeito, which is actually really tasty. I asked for seconds. It's a very strong natural orange flavor, but at the same time it's not like overly sweet. It's a bit bitter in the beginning, and then when you get to the Konpeito part it's very sweet. We also got to try blueberry flavored Konpeito, which is actually my favorite. It was amazing. And tons of other varieties, like these very small Konpeito. I don't remember what taste it was, but it was also really good. My friends are also fascinated by it. It's our first time like getting to know about this kind of candy, since it's very traditional. It's not something you find in every supermarket. And here we have wine flavored Konpeito. Really good. And then when I try to show it, it fell from my hand. OSAKA! We are going back to the station now with Goku-san.
英語わからないわ。
今駅に行ってる時、
そうか。
さっきコンペイトを買ったでもらった。We were able to how do you say that? How do you say that? I forgot. To make Konpeito by ourselves, and I also bought some cherry one as an omiyage for my family.
飲み上げるファミリー
Yes, for family. So we're going back now to school, and then later I'm going back home. Yes, and then tomorrow we unfortunately have normal class. 明日からまた普通の学校。残念。
明日学校サボるよ。明日サボるよ。
She says she's going to skip school tomorrow. Okay everyone, I am back now at my home station's neighborhood. It's about 20 past 1 and I got off school a little bit earlier than usual. It's usually from 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. But today was a special outing, so I got off early, which is really nice, and got home earlier. And it depends on which course you take, but sometimes you also have classes from 9 until like 5 at night or something. So it depends like what level you are, which course you're taking and everything. So I just bought some breakfast, I almost said. It's kind of breakfast, yeah. I only ate banana and yogurt this morning, but I bought some lunch and we're going to have lunch now at home with my boyfriend, and later I'll show you what kind of things we are doing in class, what we are studying with, so stay tuned.
2 hours later.
So, at the language school that I go to, Japanese language school, you are divided into 9 levels, starting at level 1, which means you can't read hiragana or katakana or any kanji, Chinese characters, and the highest level is level 9. I started at my language school at level 8, since I already studied for 3 years Japanese at my university for most of the time. So I already had like a good basis and got my JLPT into level. And the first 3 months at my language school, I studied at level 8, which was a good level, I think. It was not too difficult, but it was also not too easy. It was just right, I think. And since January, I'm in level 9, so the highest level, which is crazy difficult, I can tell you. Really hard. But it's good to learn more because there's so much more I still have to learn in Japanese. Even though I've been studying it for 3.5 years actually by now, it's still not a language that feels very natural to me or flows out really easily. Since I'm now in level 9, I wanted to show you a little bit what we're doing in class. I can't show you directly what we're doing in class since I'm not allowed to film when a class is taking place, but I can show you what we're using or what kind of assignments we have to do. Yeah, so let me show you. So the first 2 hours from 9 until 9:50 and then from 10 till 10:50 are mainly focused on Japanese language acquisition. And for the past 1.5 months, so ever since January, we've been using this kind of self-made text. It's Lasto Message from Tezuka Osamu, a famous manga author from Japan. And it's quite straightforward. We just have some new vocabulary here, which you have to study by yourself. We go over that quickly, and here's some more vocabulary. It's pretty special words sometimes, like words you don't really use in everyday life, I would say. Like, for example, hentai, formation of airplanes, or what else? Here, like kushu, air raid. Japan is not a country where war takes place at all as of now, so that's not something you hear a lot or talk about a lot. And here we usually just have a dictation, so we have to write down those words. Then we usually watch a documentary, and to check whether we have understood the class contents or not, we have this nayo kakunin mondai. This is from part 2. And afterwards we do note taking, so we listen to it again. I have a better example a little bit later in this book, like text. So we take a lot of notes about what we are seeing in that documentary, and in this particular one, it was about the kodomo tachi wa miraijin. What does that mean? What are they talking about? Like, why are the children people of the future? Or saigo no koe no kita sotsugyousei tachi. Like, what does the documentary tell us about the students, the graduated students who listen to Tezuka Osamu's last presentation? And then here we have Lasto Message, the last message of him. Yes, so that's what we use. And based on this, we have some homework to do most of the time. Like, for example, we start off usually with kanji no shukudai, which means homework for kanji, Chinese characters. And it's usually just like you have your kanji here, and then you have to write how you read it. And on the back side, you have the opposite. You have the reading, but then you have to write a kanji above that, like this. You hand it in the next day and they check it for you. Or on other days, we have these kind of texts, like Yomimono 6, Hinoshima, Kanoshima ga kataru seimei no fushigisa, like the curiosity of life, or like the wonderfulness of life. Depends on how you translate it. Like, we have to read this kind of long text. Long. For me, this feels long since it's Japanese, and it's like written vertically. And then we solve questions about this. And on other days, we have vocabulary homework. So then we make exercises where we use the vocabulary that we learned, or like make example sentences, and lastly, to finish off a particular part of our textbook, or like text, we have a little test, a kanji test, kanji quiz, and this happens like twice a week, sometimes once a week. Yeah, and it's just like this kind of easy test, but we also have bigger tests. And then after our Japanese language classes, there are 2 hours of classes in a topic you've chosen yourself, but they're given in Japanese. For example, on Friday, I have a class called newsを再現する. So that means report news or something. We listen to news reports and then try to write them down as accurately as we can. That's a kind of listening practice as well as writing practice, because you have to be able to link the kanji, or like the words you hear, to the right kanji. There's multiple kanji sometimes for the same word, or like same sounding words. So you can see I made some mistakes here, so the professor, like teacher, corrects that for us. Yeah, more, I think. Yes, here too, one of that. Then another class I have is this one. This one is my business class for business polite language for on first day, where we learn, for example, how to go to another company and how you should behave, or like what you should say. Yeah, literally you have like a map that shows you the flow of a visit to another company, and we have a conversation written out, more or less, to give us an example. Yeah, so these are the kind of classes we have. Yeah, so that's what we are mostly studying about in my Japanese language school. I've been there now for 4 months. Yeah, 4 months, and I'll be there another 2 months. And while I think Japanese language schools are very expensive, they are also usually a good investment in yourself. I really feel like I've learned a lot of Japanese, not necessarily speaking that much yet, but my level of being able to understand certain conversations, or like hearing, has really progressed, I would say. So I'm very happy about that, and since I'm living in Japan now, my speaking abilities will probably continue to become better as well. At least I hope so. And yeah, that's about it, what we're doing in class. There's also really a lot of fun times, like jokes being cracked or teachers telling fun stuff. So it's not only studying and doing homework. It's a good place, I think. There's so many nationalities coming together in my school, so good place to meet people too. Yeah, so that's it for my day in the Japanese language school student's life, at least the Japanese language school part. I don't have any homework today, since we just finished one part of the trimester, you could say. We finished off everything that has to do with this manga offer, and did a presentation on it last week, and had then the special outing today. And from tomorrow we'll start with a new textbook, more or less. I don't really know what that one is about yet, but if I know after I made this video, I'll write it down here below, or like here, I don't know where. Yeah, so for now, let me show you a little bit more what I'm doing on like a regular day in my life here. I'm going to go to the hospital a little bit later, since I don't feel really well. I have like kind of headache, and I've been having fever the past couple of days, so I'm going to get myself checked out, and later we'll probably have some dinner, so I can show you that too, what we're eating in Japan here, and then I'll probably finish that video up there. But yeah, let's first go to the doctor's. Yay, so fun. Back home now. We spent about an hour at the doctor's office, just waiting mostly. The doctor also didn't really know what I had, since my fever, or like what's for my body is fever, is kind of normal temperature for most people. My body temperature is usually around 35-ish. I think I have low body temperature, always had it. And now I have like 37 and a half, which for most people is a normal temperature, but if you see from my standards, 35, so it means like a slight fever, I don't know. And I also haven't been feeling great, so he took some blood to be sure. I have a really nice patch on my arm up for that. Yay! Not great, my arm feels a bit numb at the moment. It didn't really hurt too bad or anything, just I hate the feeling afterwards, so ew. You get what I mean. And tomorrow or the day afterwards we'll get some results. I probably don't really think I have anything much going on, but with the coronavirus that's going around lately, as well as flu, which doesn't really have strong symptoms this year, my boyfriend and my boyfriend's mom thought it was better just to get me checked out to be sure. I just thought I'm a bit tired, or I don't know what, just some little bacteria, or I don't know what, something going on, but nothing bad, not really sick. Yeah, but anyways, we'll know tomorrow or the day afterwards what my verdict is, if I'm healthy or not, or if I have like 80% healthy or not, we'll see. Yes. And yeah, I'm just going to relax a little bit and eat something tasty. Ooh, the heater just turned on. I have these really tasty chocolates, the Nama chocolate from Royce. It's the white one. I'm just going to eat a little bit because it's actually not mine, it's my boyfriend's and my boyfriend's brother's Valentine present. But I love chocolate, so I'm going to eat one piece too. They don't mind, so it's okay. That's what I tell myself, at least. And then soon we'll be having dinner too. Yes. Dinner tonight?
Yes. It's turkey and happosai with 8 different ingredients inside the vegetable dishes. This is called komatsuna, just cook it easily. And this is radish kimchi from Korean dishes. The last one called chinjao rosu. It means they mix green pepper and also beef, sliced beef inside and cook it together.
And what do you have on your rice?
It's like beef, I don't know.
Beef something.
Yes.
And we also have miso shiru, miso soup. I'm going to eat the onigiri with that. And then we're also waiting for this one. This is oden, something, a traditional dish that's eaten a lot during winter. Has like radish, eggs, fish cake, konnyaku, which I really like. Some kind of seaweed jelly plant. It's really good. And then we also have korokke. We don't know if it's the meat one or kabocha. Okay, so good evening everyone, we're back here. It's currently 20 past 10 and I just washed up, explaining the shiny face, it's my skincare. Yeah, so I hope you got to see what a more or less average day in the life of a student at a Japanese language school looks like. I will make a second edition, if you like this one, about a more regular day where I have homework and that I'm studying literally in class, have classes. So yeah, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought, if you like this, any questions, any ideas, everything, whatever you want to tell me, just write it down in the comments down below. Please also give me a big thumbs up, it really supports my channel, and kindly skip it's too late in the evening. Also kindly consider subscribing, because your guys mean a lot to me, and we can grow together, I hope at least. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye here, and see you in my next video. Bye.